So if there's only one thing that you get excited about, you can own your own life. But don't do what I did, where I invested everything that I had, signed over my dad's credit, my mom's credit, my own credit, all the money that we ever had to our names. By the way, my parents were school teachers, not a lot of money, 6 kids in the family, right? So everything we had wasn't a lot, but it still was everything. Does that make sense? It was still everything. It might not have been a lot, but it was everything. And then I lost it all because I didn't have these things. I'm going to spend most of my time talking about world-class partnerships, because that's really what changed everything for me. If you can go to the next slide, please, and go past Nathan. So this guy calls me up in 2003, says, Kenton, we've got something very unique with Nu Skin. He starts to tell me about Nu Skin. We've been around for 19 and a half years. First bell that goes off in my head, of course you've got a jet. You've been doing this for 20 years. Of course you've made $38 million. What about me? Because, you know, I'm quite selfish. No big deal, right? His money wasn't paying for my bills. Has anybody else ever felt that way? But they tell you I got a lot of money. Who cares? I'm not paying for you to show up here tonight. I'm not buying you a free car. So I was skeptical. I thought, what does this have to do with anything? Unless you open up your mind and ask a different question. What if this company was willing to work for me and partner with me for free? When was the last time you had $1 billion partner show up and say, we're willing to do everything you're not good at? Like sell products and ship products and develop products and hire scientists and fire scientists when they suck. Like, I hate firing anybody. Anybody that's ever fired anybody? That's great if somebody else will do it for you. We'll find everything that you need to be successful. Guess what we won't do? We won't advertise on TV, radio, newspaper, magazine networks. Why won't we do that? Write this down. That marketing is dead. The death of traditional marketing has almost every one of its nails in the coffin. It's all over. Do you know why? Because as the most highly educated, hardworking, and skeptical population on the planet, the only population in the history of mankind that can go in front of a computer screen to a weird name called Google and type in anything you want, you can learn anything. Is that true? So what does that make us? And then you go to your friend's Facebook page and go, I wonder if he's, I mean, you know, here's a pro football player, he's my buddy, I'm going to go check out and see if he's using it, because if he's using it, that might be cool. That's the world that we're in. That's why New York Times and other corporations are struggling in TV, radio, newspaper networks. Their profits are dwindling. This is good news for you, because companies like Nu Skin, and trust me, Fortune 50 companies are looking for partners, because in Inc. 500 last year I read that the Nike contracts of the past, the Michael Jordans of the past, will become the Johnny Smiths of the future. Now, do you know Johnny Smith? I don't either. But he's just some guy on Facebook that has influence over 1 million people. They're measuring everything that you do. And when you have influence, they will pay you, and hopefully you'll use that influence correctly with integrity. So here I was thinking, okay, maybe let me look through a different set of glasses. Would it be nice if I got $1 billion partner that was around for 20 years, had over 5,000 employees, that at that time had done about $850 million a year in sales, and was in, 38 countries. I'm projecting back into 2003. This is what I saw. I could have looked at the cup as totally and completely full. Nu Skin's done. They don't have any more growth opportunities. Or I could have listened to my brother Richard when he said, Kenton, did you realize Nu Skin's got at least 60 countries that they could open that would be significant market opportunities for us? And interestingly enough, the United States, the biggest market of them all, for the next 10 years, it will still be the largest consumer economy. But if you've read recent papers, it will be #2 by 2020 and #3 by 2050. Then we still have a huge opportunity here. We have nothing going on in North America. Why? Because people say, I already know Nu Skin, I know everything about it, and I don't want to hear anymore. I opened up my eyes and I started thinking, what if I could partner with them, they would be willing to do what I'm not good at, and potentially we could come together for a business relationship that would be good. They paid over $7 billion in commissions, and they've paid out over $6 billion last year, or $600 million, excuse me, last year. They create a new millionaire every 5 days. It's okay, Becky, we're all good. I like actually, or whoever that was, I like disco tunes because I'll start dancing, break dancing. Anyway, ask yourselves this. When was the last time that your employer or your business partner or the company that you own created a millionaire? When did it happen? Be honest with yourselves. Write it down. Because I'm offering you a chance to partner with a company that creates a new millionaire every 5 days. That's a cumulative total of their lifetime earnings of commissions in our company. Every 5 days, a new millionaire. So if you're not working with a company, or you don't have a company that you've partnered with, you don't have a job that's creating a new millionaire in 5 days, then you should owe it to yourself to look at this. Next slide, please. Okay, these are the founders, corporate leadership. I don't know what their net worth is. I've said it's billions. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It's just not paying my bills. But here's the key. They built one of the largest, most socially responsible companies and corporations in Utah. One of the most exciting companies on the planet. And I already know what happens when these people become extremely wealthy. If you get started in a new company in this industry, and the owners become billionaires, do you know what they do with the money? Do you know if they decide to blow up and decide to not pay you what they agreed to pay because they wanted to buy a new G550? I'm actually talking to people that really want to look for a good partnership in network marketing. And up and down I-15, every exit there are 2 or 3 companies. And most of them are less than 5 years old. They don't have the chance. 1 out of 6,783 will make it to this level, partially because they don't have leadership like this. Next slide. So if you can lead or partner with great people, we've got cutting edge science and research. This costs lots of money. Now here's why that matters to me. My dad's a school teacher. He works 40 hours a week for 50 weeks out of the year. That's 2,000 hours every year. How many of you do that or know somebody that does? Where does that get you after a number of years, right? 2,000 hours every year times 10 years, 20,000 hours. So here's what I want to tell you. I heard about this biophotonic scanner technology. I'm going to talk to you about it briefly. $100 million investment. If you do the math, the number of years my dad worked over his whole lifetime, and just say that he earned $1 million. I don't know that he did, but let's say he did. He worked 120,000 hours to make $1 million. If you do the math, my dad, to pay for a scanner to give me the opportunity that I have today, would have had to start working 2,000 years before Jesus Christ was born, save up all of his money until now, and then he would have allowed me to buy a scanner. Okay, does that make sense? Who cares how much money the company has? It only matters if they have resources that they're willing to partner with you on. Why do we need you? Because you have a voice unlike you've ever had in your lifetime because of social media. Because of the shift in the whole world. You have a voice. It's not about me. I'm getting tired doing this. I'll be honest. I don't want to show up here well, I haven't worked for a few months, but it doesn't matter. It's not just about me. You have a unique voice. Not everybody likes me. They want to hear from you. Now you have a chance, just you, by yourself, on Facebook, on social media, on the internet, to touch the whole world. And they're looking for you, your unique story. Why did you like this? That's never happened before. So you better make sure you got a good partner in the background that makes great products, that are real, that don't hurt people, that have double-blind clinical studies. That's why you want a real partnership. Next slide. Great research engine. We won't go into that. We do trainings all of the time to help you understand who this is, what we do, and why we do it. We've got more researchers full-time than any company in our industry. Would that matter if the closest competitor had 10 and we had 100? Would that matter to you? I always said, well, why do you need that many smart people? I got something at the end of my name, PhD, poor, hungry, and driven. I could care less what the PhD behind that guy's name says. But guess what? I don't build products. These guys are doing a good job. You need that. So I partnered with somebody that could bring the best. Next slide. We've actually committed, because you want to position yourself in front of something that's growing, right? Do you want to join a dead company? Okay, cool. Nathan Riggs, 2003, has made $38 million. This company, write this down if you've got notes. From 2003 to last year, grew by $700 million. That is a huge period of growth. Do you know how long it took them to do that before? 19 years. We did it in 7. So does that make sense, right? We're growing faster and building bigger volume in a shorter period of time. What do you think we'll do in the next 5 to 10 years? Our publicly stated goal is to become a $5 billion company. And the only question you should really ask yourselves in this room is, am I open? Am I looking? Because if that's the answer, the next question is, where should I put my time and energy? Who should I partner with? Who will protect my good name? Because my dad always told me, Kenton, you only get one, and if you sell that for a cost of whatever, it's gone. If you burn your name with bad deals and companies that go out of business and sell your integrity for maybe $1 million, that's it. This is why I'm not on The Bachelor. I know that sounds hilarious, but it's true, man. I went to a fundraiser. This is totally off the wall. You see my ADD kicking in. But I went to a fundraiser. We raised a bunch of money, and an Osmond came up afterwards and says to me, we're back east, and I bought it. I donated some money to spend a day with President Clinton. My dad was not happy about this. He's like, we're Republicans. I'm like, the guy's the president, man. How many people can hang out with the president? Nobody was asking me to hang out with the president when I was a high school dropout. What does that have to do with anything? Nothing. But anyway, the Osmond guy rolls up to me and he's like, Ken, you'd be great on The Bachelor. And I was like, I don't want to get married. He's like, it doesn't matter. They don't care. They just want somebody that can, look like he's having a good time. I'm like, I don't want to date 10 girls at once. He's like, it's 30 of them. I'll count me out. Look, this company right here, New Innovation Center, you can watch Nu Skin buy the street and erect another $100 million edifice as we continue to grow, or you can participate in it, like I decided to in 2003. So here's the long and the short of my story. I came to one of these, I listened. It was a lot better than this. Didn't matter because I was ready, I was open. I was looking for the things to protect my integrity, and I was looking for something that would grow beyond me and wouldn't limit me. I saw something that I could open up different markets in, and so guess what we did? I worked here in the United States. I built up my income to about $12,000 a month. That's a lot of money. I'd never made residual income of about $12,000 a month. And then I decided I want to go open up other countries. I went to Hungary, Romania, Slovakia, Czech Republic, Israel, South Africa. Why did I do all this stuff? Russia, China. Why did I go there? I was looking for a girlfriend. I still never found one, but it was a great time, man. I mean, you don't have to travel. Everybody's like, okay, he's traveling, he made all his money overseas. I probably got a smaller business now because I went to countries where people made $300 a month. And I showed up in a room like this, and people like here in the United States are like, somebody show me why I should even listen to an opportunity, because I've got one every day showing up on my doorstep. And I show up to a meeting, and I've got some kid that smells like he hasn't had a shower in a month, and he probably hadn't, because he doesn't have a shower. Show up with 38 people in a bus from the Czech Republic. Where's Richard? From the Czech Republic, and he drove how many hours on the bus? 12 hours on a bus to find out what this was all about. How old was he? 17. 17-year-old kid. 1,000 euros, which is $1,500 to join a business, 38 people on a bus for 12 hours just to come and listen like tonight. The only difference is that he didn't ask me to convince him. He's like, is this real? Are these people honest? Can I work hard? Will they value my ability to bring value to the marketplace? I'm like, yes, but you gotta have a shower, dude. Trust me, that was hard to say, man. He smelled like, it was horrible. And I cared about the guy. I'm like, how many 17-year-old kids could get 38 people? How many of you brought 38 people tonight? How far did you have to drive? Man, I was complaining I had to drive over the mountain from Draper. I'm like, crap, I gotta do this again. It takes me 10 minutes to get here. The only difference, so I went to these countries, guess what? People showed up with a purpose. Show me something that's honest. Show me something where I'll be rewarded for my value. Show me something that I can do and make $300 a month, and I'm doing it. And so guess what we did? We built this massive business. We built a business all over the world, and we